Welcome Financial Tech Skills students to video part 2 for access. I'm going to call up a completed friends database that a student let me borrow. That way you don't have to watch me type all of this information in, but you can see that it's all complete. There are notes that accompanied your friends module 6, and on the back of those it talks you through how to execute different manipulatives on your table and how to create a form, a query, and a report. If you'll look at the first 10 points that you will get for your friend's database, it says that we need to enter the data into the fields and, if necessary, make up at least 4 different city names. So as we can see, we have 4 different city names, and that just has to do with being able to see different things that we'll do with sorting and querying and those types of things. The next thing it says is sort the table alphabetically by last name. So you can see that's already been done, and this is how that is accomplished. Click on the arrow and then choose sort A to Z. So I can sort Z to A, and I can pull that down and sort A to Z, and you'll sort A to Z. The next thing is it needs to be in landscape view. So I would go up to print preview, or I can go here over to print preview. How did I get it on my quick access toolbar? I pull down the arrow and I have already selected it to be up there. I could select new, and that's represented by a sheet of paper. I could choose open, that's represented by a folder. But I've already chosen print preview, so I'm going to left click that, and that's where I would find landscape. And I can see down here, if I go forward, it didn't quite all fit on one page. So what could I do to get it to fit on one page? I could go to page setup, and I could adjust my left and right margins. I could go to page and adjust what size paper I have in there, or I could adjust my column widths. Age looks like it's fairly large, so I could go in here and, just like Excel, I could make that a little bit smaller. And now we'll print preview it, and you can see we're on one page. So we'd always want everything to be on one page. Okay, I'm going to close print preview, and that would give me 10 points because I was able to sort by last name right up here, and I was able to go to landscape view. And when you upload your final database, I know this is just showing me the table, but here there will be a tab for query, and query will be listed down here. You'll have report and you'll have form, and you can call those up either by the tabs or by the list. But you'll have different things made from this one database, and then you will submit the entire file. Okay, if you look in Friends, next it says create a report that includes the last name, first name, city, state, and zip fields, and then we want to group by city and sort by last name. So if we turn it over, or actually go to the notes, and it says to do a form, we're going to go to the form wizard, and it tells us to go to the create tab. Or I'm sorry, we're doing a report. The report says to go to the Create tab and then go to the Report Wizard. So we can see Report Wizard. Again, Create tab, Report Wizard, and we start all of these manipulatives from the table that we created. So I'm going to go Report Wizard. It says, would you want to save? Yes, I do. And a wizard asks you questions, and it builds something at the end of the questions. So this question says, which fields do you want on your report? And it told us in the directions of friends for 5 points that we need last name. So I can double click it, and it goes in as one of my selected fields. First name, or I can just click once and arrow it over. And city and state. If you do double arrows, it takes the entire list over. If you accidentally grabbed one, let's say phone, and you didn't want it, just select it on the right and send it back over with that arrow. So let's check the directions. I was supposed to have last name, first name, city, state, and zip. So I'm missing my zip. And there are all of my fields that I'm supposed to have printed in my report. So now I click Next. And again, a wizard asks me questions. It says, do you want any grouping? And it did say in the directions to group by city. So I can click on it and arrow it over, or I can double click it. And now it shows that it will be grouped by city. I say next in the wizard, and it says what sort order would you like, and it says that I can sort, and I'm going to pull that down in the directions said to sort by last name. You can keep it on ascending. And then I say next. This is a different layout, and you can look those over, choose the one that you like. But when you get to your movie database or your computer database, it will tell you which layout you want to look for. Right now it doesn't matter. I'm going to say next. These are already made designs, and you can go through those and choose one that you like. I'll just stay right there on module and next. And notice that it tries to call this a table, and it's not a table. We were building a report, and it even says report. So we need to change that. And then I would say finish. And then it builds me a nice looking report of my information. Notice that I can't see my cities. So I would need to go into my design view. I have to close print preview. And it automatically called it up in design view. Right there. And look at the tiny box it gave me. So I'm going to get my cursor on the right edge, and I'm going to pull city and give it a little bit more room. And then I can go back to my report view, and now I can read those cities, and that looks nice. We'll print preview it. It does show that I'm on 2 pages, so I would probably want to go into design view and make that adjustment. Okay, I'm going to close print preview, and that's how I would build a report. I'm going to go back to my friends table because that's where I start all of these, and notice that I now have an icon for report. I can call it that report up over here. I can call table up. These are both options of getting that information. If you get this field list side, go ahead and close that out. And now I'm going to save this video so that I don't have to go through YouTube. If the files get too large, you have to save it through YouTube. So I'm going to close this one off, and then I'll show you how to do the form and the query on the third video. Thank you.